Hi there. Chances are you've stumbled upon this video because you watched the TEDx talk that I gave called The Battle for Your Time. And I just wanted to make a follow-up to that talk because due to the time constraint that I had, I really only focused on defining a problem, which is I think that most of us are not only overusing but underutilizing technology. And that's a problem that has affected me pretty significantly personally, mostly in college. I'll make a whole video about that in the future. But it's also something that I didn't have time to fully unpack a solution for. So I wanted to just quickly add sort of an addendum to that talk. Now, over the last 3 years, I've been really focused on answering this question: what is a healthy relationship with technology and how do you build one? And in the process, I've talked to about 8,000 teenagers and college students, mostly around the United States, but also in some other countries like Nepal and Vietnam. And in the process, I've really boiled down this very complicated question to a really simple answer, which is the ideal relationship with technology is one in which you stick to informed intentions that you have set for yourself. Now, that sounds simple. In reality, it's quite difficult to do because, as I covered in that talk, technology is very addictive. So you need to go through a set of steps in order to actually make this informed and intentional relationship with tech a reality. Now, I've been working on creating a program to help people do exactly that. It started as a semester-length course that I taught at UC Berkeley during my senior year. Taught that class 3 times to over 100 students. And I've since turned it into a week-long guided digital detox program that I run at high schools. Now, I'm not going to be able to take you through this whole program in this short video. I am planning on pulling together an online course and an online community platform to do exactly that in the future, so stay tuned for that. But really, there's 4 steps that you need to go through to build a healthier relationship with technology: reboot, rethink, redesign, and retrain. Now, I'm only going to be able to go through these on a very high level, but I'll do those one by one. So reboot really just means taking a break from social media and entertainment in particular. Ideally, this is getting off of all technology for a couple of days. I always find that going on a camping trip or going backpacking is the best way to get myself out of a slump and build a healthier relationship with my phone. But if you can't do that, just getting off of TikTok and Instagram for at least 1 week is a really good start if you take that time to critically evaluate how you want to use those platforms in the future. So that's the second piece, rethink. And what that really boils down to is understanding 2 key concepts and then applying them to your own situation. The first is you pay for social media with your time and you should strive to get a good deal out of it. And the second is that you have a content diet that is just as important as your nutritional diet, and the information that you're consuming on a daily basis is affecting your attention span, your mental health, and your worldview. It's something that should be taken very, very seriously. So think about, how do you want to use technology moving forward? What content is worth your time? What do you get the most value out of? There's a lot to unpack there. Again, we'll have videos in the future. Step 3 is to redesign. So having those clear intentions, it's very important. On its own, it's not going to be enough because you'll be relying on willpower to stick to them, and going up against the addictive design of social media apps with your own willpower is just not a strategy that's going to work out very well. So there are really 3 categories of changes that you can make to your environment that are going to make sticking to those intentions more realistic. Now, that's physical environment changes, like moving your phone charger away from your bed; social environment changes, like having an accountability partner or moving your group chats from Instagram and Snapchat to an app that's strictly for communication, like iMessage or WhatsApp. And then there's digital environment changes. And these are just simple settings tweaks that you can make to your devices to change the way that you interact with them and make them less addicting and distracting. Again, a lot to unpack there. We'll get to it in another video. All that environment design stuff, it's very easy changes and it will help. but it's really a surface level solution. The truth is the addictive relationship that we tend to build up with our devices stems from the fact that they are the shortest path to distraction that we've ever had. And it's very difficult when life gets tough and we feel anxious and bored and stressed not to just default to pulling our phone out of our pocket and looking for a distraction. And even if you were to get rid of your phone, that problem of being distractible is still going to be there. So if you really want to make long, sustained improvements to how you use technology, you need to retrain your habits to become more mindful, more resilient, more disciplined, and more productive. Now, again, there's a lot that goes into doing that. To me, it really boils down to cultivating mindfulness through meditating, going on walks without your phone, spending time in nature, journaling, but also taking care of your physical health and ensuring that you're doing something on a daily basis to move you towards longer goals is just going to lower the ambient amount of stress and anxiousness that you're going to tend to run away from by turning to your phone. So I wanted to just record that as kind of a high-level overview of how I think you should approach this problem now that hopefully you're inspired to take it more seriously. I know that this isn't the most actionable follow-up that it could be. I am planning on pulling together more videos and more resources to do exactly that. For me personally, my relationship with tech has gone through a lot of ups and downs, even over the past 3 years, as I've been focusing basically all my energy on helping myself and other people build a healthier relationship with it. And I asked myself the other day, when was my relationship with my phone the healthiest? And the truth was, I've never had lower screen time than when I was actively creating and delivering that class at Berkeley. Not only was I spending long periods of time learning new concepts and distilling them into something that I could teach to other people, but I had a community of up to 50 students at one time that I would see every single week. We would share our screen time reports. I became friends with many of them. And just knowing that they knew how I was using technology really gave me a kick in the pants, for lack of a better term, that helped me rope in my screen time in a really dramatic way. Now, since graduating and turning Project Reboot into a business, I've been creating a lot less because my focus has really been condensing this content that I taught at Berkeley into a program that I can deliver to schools. And I've also been not held accountable by peers anymore. And I really want to change both of those things. So my intention with this channel is to connect with people around the world that are struggling with this, that want to have a community of people that they're a part of, that are all trying to better their use of technology. And I want to start learning and creating again. I've basically boiled down my spiel into an hour-long talk. And part of that spiel is that the internet is the greatest learning resource that we've ever had access to, and we should take advantage of it. That's something I feel like I'm not doing well enough right now. And I want to use YouTube as a place to document the process of learning new things. So I've just invested in some camera gear. As you can see, this video is nothing fancy. I don't know anything about videography right now other than how to click the record button. But as I go through the process of learning skills like videography and video editing, and even things that I'm just generally bad at that I want to get better at, like cooking and music and drawing and other kinds of art and physical activities, I just want to document that process and share it with all of you, because I think so much of what we see online is people that have put in tens of thousands of hours into getting really good at something, and we just see the finished product. And I don't think there's enough content of people going from, I really suck at this thing, to I'm now at least moderately good at it. And I truly believe that if we can just take an hour or two of the time that we typically spend scrolling and still use it on a screen, but in a more productive and intentional way, the value that we can add to our lives is pretty drastic. So if you're interested in following me along that journey and joining a community of other people that are striving to do the same, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out more content. It'll be a few months because I'm about to leave on a big trip to Australia and New Zealand, which I'll be sure to document as well. But I'm also planning on launching a community platform and running some live sessions so that we can all jump on a call and just talk about our relationship with technology, and I can share all of the guidance and advice that I've garnered over the past couple years of focusing on this with people from around the world and not just the kids that I'm talking to in person. So thank you for being here. I hope that you stick around, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.